Hi guys, it's Shani with Healing Elements. I'm going to do a picture-in-picture today. I'm feeling a little bit melancholy, and I had a long productive day. It was a little bit frustrating, but that's like any time of the day, right? But I just stayed distracted. I'm stuffing my face with chocolate cookies. Shout out to my son. Thank you, Marcus. It's a treat I can have it. I've been doing so much exercise. And I just got, off the phone with my mom, and I broke down a little bit. At the end of the day, today is my dad's birthday. So this is what this is. It's shout out and happy birthday. To him, it's been 10 birthdays that he's been in heaven, and this is a candle. Also, shout out for Dia de la Muertes. I think my girlfriend, shout out to Maritza, she said it is actually celebrated on the 2nd for children or adults, and then the 4th for the other. So I always thought it was Saints Day. I always thought it was the 1st. Any case, I love him, obviously, have a beautiful relationship with him in spirit, but, I try to, it's really difficult, especially dealing with someone else who has really significant pain. My mom, I'm an only child, so it was difficult as far as the end of the day because I distracted myself. I had a lot going on and some frustrations. I tried to do a near-death experience interview with Trisha Barker. She's amazing, and her computer, I think the sound, in any case, the sound and everything didn't work out. We tried a couple of ways, and so it wasn't anything we were doing. It was just it was divine timing, right? So we rescheduled. Hopefully that'll work on Thursday. And so, yeah, I just kept myself busy doing a lot of productive stuff, and on purpose. My mom said she did the same thing this year. It's interesting how me and my mom always feel the same vibe naturally, and we'll explain it to each other either preemptively or after, that we all, her and I align with what we're doing during these hard anniversary dates. Like today is his birthday, November 1st, and his death dates and things like that. And sometimes, of course, Christmas. So it's interesting how, in order not to ruminate about it, because of course me and my mom did a lot of that. I think the first 3 years, both of us, you've heard my story before, but if not, there's many, many testimonies on it, was not coping healthy. So, definitely am honoring the fact that I got sad at the end of the day. I was thinking of other things, worldly things that make me sad in general, about how slavery built this country. And then furthermore, we didn't discover America. We took it away. We raped and pillaged beautiful, beautiful ancestors and people who practiced, a beautiful religion and natural healing properties, and took care of things in their environment. And it just is really sad. I always have been like that since I've been little, but I really started to reflect, and just a couple of things that I've seen just made me so sad. Looking into the ancestry with my daughter, I keep on talking about that, but that is just making me, I've always been really infatuated with learning about history, and really called to the people who were oppressed, the people who I just cannot imagine what kind of evil came up with the idea, let's go and steal people from their indigenous land and then make them do shit for us for free and break families up. It just is disgusting and crazy. I just don't get it. And it's weird the way that America programs, like, let's go in 4th grade to see the missions, because guess what? Missions were great to convert everybody into a religion that we forced down them. It's always been in my heart, but now it's just really sad because I see a lot of division in people right now, whether it's politics or whether it's, oh, you got the jab or you didn't, or whatever it is. It's like, I respect people's choice, freedoms, and I feel that we should not be fighting over that. We have so much that has gone wrong in the world. The things I just mentioned, it's like, we don't need to have another, seriously, another civil war or another Holocaust because we are judging, because we are being in a space that doesn't allow us to love from our heart, doesn't allow the Buddha way, the what would Jesus do way, doesn't allow us to be kind and compassionate to each other and understand we're all here to live on the same great planet and share it. And it's like, I feel so much love for people. There's so much love out there, but then, there is so much truth in what goes on, and what people say is disappointing me, I think, every day more and more. If I hear someone that, I don't know, just on a random podcast, maybe celebrity podcast, that is just, usually oriented about something peaceful, and, they're really disgruntled and talking about, if people don't understand the New World Order, then they're not enlightened. It's just so much judgment. In my opinion, those people cannot be on a spiritual path journey because they're so worried about what other people are grasping onto doing or not doing or believing, and they're not providing any understanding for the fact that that's their role, and maybe they can come up and get into whatever conclusion they want in their own time. I'm just mind blown. I'm mind blown at a time that I would have bet a lot of money on a while back, a time that should have brought us closer together, this whole epidemic, pandemic. You know, maybe pharmaceutical companies engineered it, maybe not, maybe people accidentally let it out of a lab, maybe it was engineered. That's not the point. The point is we're all globally dealing with a real situation, right? And no matter how we handle it, it shouldn't be against each other. And so that was bumming me out. It's been a while since, I mean, obviously I've written about it in the journal, I've talked about it here, but it's just been bumming me out, you know, in a way that I can heal and I can keep it, you know, into perspective and try to promote my love and try to promote positivity and still say, hey, we're here. Might as well, like I always say, I might as well be the violinist on the Titanic. That's the way I was built in my heart. That's what I'm going to do. That's my role. I'm going to love, and I'm going to, like, seriously seep joy out of my bones, even despite all the losses that I have. So even today, I was thankful and grateful and remembered to have gratitude for everything that I do have. And my daughter's birthday in a week, and we hugged and we had a great, like, bond and talked about, you know, her birth. Just, I am able to definitely stay in that role, but I am just seeing more and more people every day judging or, you know, stating that they're in this group. I see more and more people canceling people based on their beliefs. I see more and more people getting mad because they're getting canceled and then firing back. It's just hate, conflict, opposition, hate it. I see more and more people heartbroken because they're ruminating on things that they can't change. It's just really difficult. So I had a day of distractions and honor, like honoring my dad and thinking about cool things and seeing signs, you know, throughout the day. But it was really a day of distraction, like purposely being mindful so that I didn't, you know, let this all overwhelm me and then get really, really, really sad unnecessarily, and just stay focused on that. So I knew I would give myself the moment, and I did. I had my moment in the evening, cried, and then, you know, had a wonderful talk, super positive, love filled with my mom, did some ancestry with my daughter Alyssa, which was intriguing. Found out that we have like another ancestor that was a spy, and we found some Cherokee Indian up in the chart. Really cool. So positive moments always are involved in my life, even when the shit is hitting the fan. So I just wanted to get on, put this into my daily exercise, yoga, weight loss video, and shout my dad out. He's worth it in public, and shout anyone else out that is dealing with a loss, and shout out to, you know, somebody who I saw humble themselves and has dealt with two significant things, a death of a parent and a breakup of a marriage. And that is something that I can relate to in both aspects. It's not, you know, it's not for the weary. It's very, very difficult. And a lot of people, again, in those situations will judge. And it's like, instead of seeing, wow, that person is hurting and that's why they're projecting whatever they're doing to upset them, the other people around them, right? If we could only have more understanding and say, you know what, the truth is, like, when people are nasty, when people are attacking, it's because they feel a hurt and a sorrow that they cannot release inside of them. That's how I feel. So it's my dad's birthday, 11/1/54. May he rest in peace. Passed away 3/26. 2011, 10 years ago. And yeah, I'm just going to go to bed early, and I just feel as if it was good to release the tears. I'm happy to do great bonding and laughing and being silly during tomorrow's little podcast, sipping the spiritual tea with Brittany and Shani. So that is tomorrow morning. I think I got it set up to do live on StreamYard. I'm definitely not a techie. I try my hardest. It's just, I've said it a million times, it's not my forte. I try my hardest. Hopefully the content, at least from the spirit animal videos, makes up for it. So in any case, you guys, I would try and get things and fancy microphones. I think I have one, like a little microphone. I don't even know if it's a microphone. I've tried a million times to hook it up. I got a webcam and couldn't, you know, I hooked that up, but I had a Chromebook. It didn't, you know, it wasn't compatible. So I try, and I will continue to try. I think for Christmas, we're going to, fam is going to boost me up. I think they asked me, you know, my daughter is always so thoughtful. Got a Christmas list for me. See what I wanted for Healing Element. She's always so involved and beautiful. Shout out to my dad for being the reason why I have beautiful children. I was, you know, born into this world because of him and because of my mom and their beautiful love and their beautiful vulnerable situations they had to endure, you know, both on their own as children, as they grew and were in the 80s and, you know, working hard and just poor or broke, just really bologna sandwiches and all. And then dealing with me and what I had to endure throughout every stage of my life, whether good or bad, and just lots of love and respect. And happy birthday shout outs, and looking forward to being refreshed and just kind of getting up in the morning and yeah, doing my readings and cleansing everything. Speaking of cleansing, it was just one of those days. It was like the tech went bad on the interview, and then my favorite lamp is like this glass lamp, really pretty marble glass or something. It looks like marble, and it was with me for a long time. And I cleaned my whole room. It was all nice. And then of course the lamp, out of all things, it just like slid off by itself, seriously, by like a half an inch, and fell on the frame of my bed, which was sticking out just perfectly, and it just shattered. And so I had to deal with that. And that just took, you know, this little weird red tape frustrations. It could be much worse. I am totally aware of that. I've been there. Like, we've had the first birthday that my dad passed, and we've had the day that they diagnosed. I mean, there's some horrible days and even other ones where, you know, we won't mention, much worse than this. It could be so much worse. I'm very grateful for what I have. That being said, I think that it's important for all of us to honor, even if we're in a great position, if we're, you know, a celebrity, even if we're rich, that doesn't take away our sadness. It doesn't take away our trauma. That doesn't take away our experiences that make us feel alone, sad, empty, blue. Maybe other people out there are feeling overly anxious because they never dealt with it, you know, those kind of bubbling up feelings. So whatever it is, I say honor it so that you don't keep it locked up inside, and never let anybody tell you that there is a specific way to get away from these kind of feelings in this life. If you're enlightened or going through a spiritual awakening, there is not. You can absolutely, it's like a training course. You can absolutely train yourself to react to it, but no one is going to be able to, when certain crazy situations like a diagnosis of a terminal disease or something, no one's going to be able to be like, I'm Zen, you know what I mean? Beautiful. And I know that you can have a different attitude with it, but in order to be real, I'm sure, you know, the Dalai Lama would tell you that he aches and cries and lets it out. I would have to venture to believe. I'll have to look that up. Anyways, guys, blessings, love, and light, and happy birthday to my pop. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.